Welcome back. In this session, we will start talking about CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. We use CSS to style websites such as changing color, aligning text, and many other things. CSS files have a .css file extension. A CSS syntax consists of three things: a selector, curly bracket, and declaration, which consists of property and value. For an example, to style an element, we selected with a selector, opening curly brackets, a property, and a value, and we end with a semicolon, and we close it with the closing curly bracket. For example, as you can see here, to style a paragraph tag, to give it a color blue, we selected with a P, open curly bracket, the property, the color, and give it a value of blue, and we close it down here. There are three ways you can write CSS for your website. The first one called Inline Css, where the CSS rule is reading directly on the element using the style attribute. As you can see here, we had a paragraph tag. To give it color blue, we can use the style attribute, give it the property, the color, and the value. The next one is called internal CSS. This way, the CSS rule is running between the style tag within the head tag. As you can see here, we open the style tag, we close it, and between we put our CSS rule, as you can see right here. And the third one, which is the best option, is an external style sheet, where the CSS rule are reading in a separate file with a .css extension and link from the HTML file. We'll go through each one of these on the next screen. Now let's start with our inline CSS by styling this paragraph and giving it a color blue. To do so, we specify the attribute called style, give it the property color, value of blue. We save it. As you can see right here, our paragraph turned to color blue. Let's give this paragraph a color orange. We do the same thing here also. Style, color, orange. We save, and you can see right here, turn to orange. Now let's move to the second way you can write CSS, which is internal CSS. Let me get rid of these real quick. See, as you can see, we went back to the original form. With between the head tag, we create another tag called style. And between these two style tag, we specify our CSS rule. First, we select the paragraph tag with a P, curly brackets, and then we specify the property color blue, the value blue, and semicolon. We save. Now you can see it style both of these paragraphs, because this selector select all the paragraph on this page. As you can see, we have two paragraphs right here. This is the first one. We got another one. Let's say let's change this to orange. Both of them change to orange. So that's internal CSS. Now let's move to the third way to write CSS, which is external CSS. we will start by creating another file called style.css. So right click right here, file called style.css. Now all our CSS will be right here. Let me get rid of this. Now we need a way to connect our CSS to the HTML. Second one, for example, if you go right here, say paragraph, give a color of blue, save it, nothing happens. So we need a way to connect our CSS to the HTML. To do so, we suffer the link attribute, I give a relation to be style sheet, and then we specify our style sheet right here. So in this case, style dot CSS. As soon we save it, right here we see our paragraph turn to blue. Let's change to say orange. Save it, it turned to orange. Like increase the font size of this paragraph so it appear a little bit bigger. To change the font size with the font size property, let me give it a value, let's say 20 pixel. Save it. As you can see, it appear a lot larger. You can say, let's say 10 pixel. Yeah, as smaller. By default is 16 pixel. The browser default is 16 pixel. I go back to 20. Now let's give a background color to this paragraph. Let's specify a background dash color. Let's give a sky blue color. We save. Now this is what we see. Now it doesn't look that pretty, but just an example. That's how you give a background color to an element or the section on a website using the background color. Another way, just use the background. Let's say green. Now it changed to green. Let's say we still use our background here alone. Save it, it's still green. It's because since we specify another background here, this one override this. So this one no longer valid, this the one that's valid now. So for example, let's say we want to change the font size to like 30 pixel. You can say font size 30 pixel. Now the 30 pixel is the one that's gonna be valid now. The 20 pixel become invalid. So let's save it. Now see, now be a lot larger. Let me get rid of this. Save. Now we have it right here. Now let's see how we can style this link, this anchor tag. So now HTML, our anchor tag is created with the A. So let's select that A. Let's remove the underline. As you can see right there's underline here. Let's remove it. It's text decoration and set its value to none. If you want to have an underline, you can say it underline. You can have another value called line through. We let cross it out, but in this case we set to none. So those are some of the values with the text decoration. Let's say you want to make all these text uppercase, you can do so with the text transform property and set to uppercase. You can see now uppercase. Say it's uppercase, you want to set to lowercase, same thing. Text transform set to lowercase. Now everything become lowercase. Let's say you want to make the first letter of each word uppercase. You can say text transform capitalize, and the first letter of each word become capital. In this case, we just leave it to uppercase, so I'm going to delete this. Let's give it a hover effect, so as soon you put your mouse over it, let's change color. By doing so, we use A and you say pseudo element called hover. Let's change color to orange, red. Save this. You put your mouse. I see it change colors. You can see. Now let's move to the styling of the list item right here. Add the other list and the other list. To remove either the bullet points or the numeric value is very simple. We select the our list item. We set the list style to none. Now it get rid of both our bullets and the numeric values. Now let's move on to styling this heading element. As you can remember, we wrap them up inside a section tag. So let's select that section tag, open it. Let's give it a border around it. By using the border property, it says value to 1 pic. It says 2 pixel solid orange. Now you can see our border right here. This one is the width. How thick do you want it to be? Let's say let me increase it to 4. You see a lot thicker. This is the border type. It can be solid. Another option is dotted. Another one is dash. And then you specify your color right here. Yeah, I will choose solid and 2 pixels here. And let me add some padding to this element right here. Padding, say 2 pixels. Let me increase a little bit so I can explain better. Let's say 12 pixels. And let's give a margin of 12 pixels also. And see something happen between margin and padding. Padding is the space inside of the content. This is the content right here. We have the border and the outside. Padding is the space inside of the content. You can see when you give it 12 pixel padding, this element move. So let's see. We are close to the edge to the left, but soon I give it a padding of 12 pixels. It moves from the edge. So the padding, the space inside of the content. The margin, the space outside of the content. This is the outside of the content. So as you can see, it push away from the edge right here, from the edge right here, for the edge right here, and our top also. The way padding works is padding the 12 pixel equals 12 pixel on the top. You go to clockwise, top, right, bottom, and left. So this top 12 pixel on the right, 12 pixel on the bottom, and 12 pixel on the left. The same as using padding equals 12. So I save it, the same thing. So every time you see padding equals just one value, that means this value is the same equal on all sides. So this is the same as this. So let me get rid of this. Or let's say you see two values, let's say 12 and then 25 pixel. So the 12 pixel is equal to the top and the bottom, and the 25 is equal to the left and the right. Let's say you see three numbers, let's say 10 pixel right here. The first one, the 12 pixel, is equal to the top. The 25 pixel equals to the left and the right, and the 10 pixel equal to the bottom value. And the same goes to the margin too. The same way the padding works, it goes to the margin also. Only the margin in the space outside of the content, and the padding in the space within the content, inside the content right here. So let's say we want to start the first heading inside of the section. We say section h1 opening curly brackets, say font size, say 40 pixel. See how bigger. Now you can start only this heading. Got this heading inside of the section. We say we want the heading 1 inside of the section. That's how you select the heading 1 inside a section. Let's say we put another heading right here, heading 1. We say another heading 1. We save it. It just look normal. It's not as big as this one, because we say we only want the heading 1 inside of the section. Let's say we want all the headings to be 40 pixel. Let's say I'll say heading 1, say 40 pixel. Now, sorry, font size. My keyboard is messing. Font size 40 pixel. Now all the heading 1 gonna be 40 pixel. But let's say you want the heading 1, the heading 2, the heading 3, or the heading 6 to be 40 pixel. You can do that. You can select multiple selected by using a comma, and then say heading 2, comma, heading 3, comma, heading 4, comma, heading 5, comma, heading 6. We save. Now all of them are 40 pixel. All of them. If the one outside also 40 pixel, all of this 40 pixel. But as you can see, when I change this to 30 pixel, this one moved to 30 pixel. Because this one specific, I want the heading 1 inside the section. So this I can change to 20 pixel. It's gonna be 20 pixel. It will no longer be 40 pixel because this is specific. I want heading 1 that inside the section. I hope that makes sense. Let me show you how you write a comment inside a CSS. It's our /, the asterisk, let me shift 8, then your comment. This is CSS comment star and then / also. and a forward slash. In Visual Studio, to write a comment, CSS comment, just hold the control and a forward slash. We start. We comment that way. Control forward slash again, and we can comment it. Earlier in our HTML, I introduced you to attribute called ID right here. Now I'm going to introduce you to another one called class. And then so let me use the anchor element right here to give another class called button. Let's try to make this anchor looks like a button. Nothing happens right here because just an attribute, nothing happens right here. I want to show you how to select a class and an ID. To select a class, we start with our dot in our class name. It's got button. And we give it a styling. Let's give it a border around it. Using the border property. Say 1 pixel solid blue. We save. We have it right here. But this doesn't look like a button. Let's give it some padding, some space. Say padding. I get a top and bottom padding of 5 pixels. And left and right. So left and right to top and bottom 5 pixels, and left and right to be 12 pixels, 10 pixels. We save it. We have it right here. But let's say we want all the element that has a class button to look like this. All you have to do, give this another class called button. We save it. We have it right here. Let me give some space right here. BR. You can see. Now anything that had this class button will look like this. For example, let me give it to one of these list item right here. Class button. We save it. Go back here. We have this right here. Now why does this one stress all the way over here, but this one is right here? Is because anchor element or inline element, whereas a list item or black level element, inline element only take the width of its contents. Black level element take the full width of its container, 100% the container. For example, let's say we want all the length to be black level element. We change display equals to black. Now you see all of the length. Let's go black level element. And we want it to be inline. That's the default for. Now we come inline. All the button now. That any element that have a class button will be inline element. So let me get rid of this. Save. Now we have it. Now let's move to IDs. Now we have the class and ID. Let's give this one an ID called an order list, an order ID list. Now your name for the ID or class can be anything you want. And let's give this one ID order list. Now let's style each one of these. Let me get rid of this button right here. Let's say we want the unorder list, all these elements to have a color, to have font size of 12 pixels. So to select an ID, simple, use the hash symbol and then write the ID number. ID name. The list. Open curly brackets. Says font size say 12 pixels. No, I say 20 pixels. Save. Now you can see it affected the other list and other list. Now let's start on the other list again. Hash order list. Give it a font size of 25 pixel. Save. You can see right here. Let's say you want to select a list inside where there's another list of other lists. What you have to do, let's say other list, then and list. Let's say we want to give them a border 1 pixel, solid blue. Now all of them are styled with the borders blue. Hope that makes sense. So the way class work is you can have as many classes as you want with the same name on the web page, but you cannot have more than one ID with the same name on the web page. That means, see, we have class right here with button, another class right here with button, but you cannot have an ID called on other list and then have another ID called on other list. It's still gonna work, but that's not the proper way of coding. An ID is unique identifier, so it must have a unique name. It can have the same. You can have two IDs with the same name. You can have the two classes with the same names, but not two IDs with the same name. The name must be different on the same web page. I hope that makes sense. Now let's move on to style the form right here. Let's get back here. So we have a label input field, label input field. Let's increase the font size of the label. So to do so, we select our font element, which is our label inside of it. Give it a font size of 14 pixel. Let me increase that over 20 pixel. Now let's move to the input field. Font inputs. Give it a padding of 8 pixel on all sides. Tap right, bottom, and left. I can see it appear bigger of the input field and our email field. Now there's not that much styling when it comes to the radio button, because you can't really style this button right here. So we move to the select button. The select right here. So font select. I give it the same padding as we gave to the input. So padding 8 pixel. Now you can see it increased a little bit. Since the select form and the input have the same padding, let's combine both of these using a comma. Form select. We save. Let me get rid of this. Save. The same thing. Now also you cannot select the option, each one of the option. You cannot style them, but you can style the overall thing right here. Style our text area right here using the font again, text area also giving it a padding. I give it 12 pixel padding. You can see this thing help you are bigger or smaller. Let's say you don't want this resizing option, you can disable it by using the resize property on a test area and set it to none. Now we get rid of it. Now we need a way to let users know when we are typing, when we're clicking it. By default you can see this blue outline that show them that we are focused. Let's say you want to change, you don't want this blue outline, you want your own outline. In order to do so, we go right here, let's see form input, and we use the focus pseudo element focus. This is focus, so we select the focus and we can say outline, set it to none, and maybe we want to change the, I already have a border right here. Let's say we want to change the border color to orange, say border dark color orange. We save it. As we click, now you can see the border is orange. Let's give them a proper border. Let's say border 1 pixel solid, let's say gray. Now we see our orange here. It appears much nicer. You can apply for hover also to the input by using the hover pseudo element form inputs, hover. So now you do this. Now you see. Now we want to apply for this, both this and the test area, the select and test area. So we can have form select, form select focus form select hover. So you see, well, now this is like a lot of work. We can create a class and add all of this to the class. So let's just say class called form focus. Now anything that had this class had no outline and we had a border. So for, let's say hover, and then focus form focus, the focus. Now anything with the class form focus, we get these two rules right here. So let's save it. Now nothing happened right here. So we go back to the HTML, we give it to input field, another actual class form focus. We save right here. Now you can see, and nothing for this one. So let's add it and just copy this and paste for the email and select, and then our text area. We save. Let me see. Okay. So I will introduce you guys to another topic, which is layout, how to lay out content on your web page, and we talk about CSS Flexbox in this section. So first, let's start by creating just 3 boxes. Let me create a div. Let me give it a class called container. Inside our div we have 3 other div for the class called box. So then we have 2 more. I will just copy and paste this. Now we see nothing. Let's style this real quickly. Container. Let's give it border or 2 pixel solid. Again, salmon color. Let's give it a padding of 12 pixel on each side. Let's save it. We have our content right here, and then we have our boxes. So let's style the box. Give them border on 1 pixel solid, green. So that's the boxes. As you can see, there's no space between them, so it just shreds. I give it a little bit of content right here. Let's say box 1, box 2, and box 3. There you have it. We had a box 1, box 2, and box 3. But let's say we want to style these boxes by putting them next to each other. The old way doing it using floats. So let's try to align them next to each other using the float technique. So you can say floats left. We save it, bam, right here. As you can see, we are now aligned next to each other's, but we have a problem. This box collapse. They no longer fill these small boxes. So in order to fix that, we get our container and we clear the float with a pseudo element after with the contents property, set it to nothing. We display to table, and then we clear the flow both, and that will fix the collapse of our container. Now let's say you want each of these boxes to have an equal width. Now there are like 3 of them, so each get like width of 33%. Now we are all equal width. You can see we are stuck next to each other. Let's say you want to add a little bit of space in between them. You can do so by adding a little bit of margin. Like select the second box and add a margin left and right. I'll show you another way to select element. To select this second box, we can choose the box in the pseudo element. Is another selector and child and put 2. Let's give it a little background color, say yellow, so you can see the one that we select. You can see a second one. Let's give a little bit of margin from right and left. Margin for 0. The 0 is the top and the bottom, and I give it 15 pixel and like 5 pixel from left and right. We save it, and then we have a problem. It gave the space, but there's no longer enough room to fit the third box. So what's that? Say 3 right here. There's no more enough room to fit this box. Remember it's 33%. Now we add 5 more pixels. 5 here, 5 here, that's 10. That's the more enough from. In order to get around that, it use the calc function CSS at 33% minus 10 pixels, because we have 5 pixels here, 5 pixels here. We save, it still works. But that's the old way. Now I'm going to show you the new way to align this next to each other using a CSS Flexbox. So let me get rid of this. Get rid of this. I will leave this one here. First we get the container and we set it to a flex container. By going back to the container, say display flex, and voila. As you can see, we don't have to float anything, just I say display of flex. Now let's try to align this box inside of the container by using the other property, like justify content. These are some of the value. The first and the default value is a flex start. As you can see, the backside become the flex item. The flex stars make all the flex item from the beginning. Another justify content center, that's another value. Put in the center of the container. Justify content flex end. As you can guess, we put it at the end of the container. We have justify content space between. We put equal amount of space between each flex item. We have justify content flex, space evenly. We put the same amount of space over here outside inside of each flex item. Have justify content space around. We put the same amount of space between each flex item, and at the outside have the same amount of space. Alright, awesome. For this one, we choose the flex between. As you can see, let's distribute them. This one on the left, the center, and this one on the right. Let's say we want them to have the same width. Go back to the flex item, we should have backs for all of them. Say flex, set value to 1. Now you can see all of them have the same width. Let's say like put the same margin here and here, and say backs. I will set it before, and child 2. Okay, background color yellow. As you can see, it said the yellow. Now let's say margin 0 and 5 pixel. There's no breaking. Then even increase it to like 15 pixel. It's still no breaking. That's one thing that's good about Flexbox. It automatically recalculate the width for each item. Let's even make this second bar bigger than the first one or third one. Flex J2. As you can imagine, it will take twice the width out of box 1 or box 3. We can even change the direction of our flex item. By default, its direction is called row, so we can say flex direction to be column. You can see now it's stacked on top of each other's. The default is a row right here. Now the beauty of this event of each flex item can be a flex container. To make a flex item a flex container, all you have to do is set it to display flex. Now each one of these boxes is now a flex container. We can align this text in the middle by saying file content center. Now you can see it's set in the center. Like give it a little bit of width and height say 100 pixel. Let's say you want to align this content to the center. You have another property called align item to be centered. These values are the same value you will specify for justify content, like flex star content, round, all of those. So that's a little bit about Flexbox. We will go over a lot more during our projects. So that will be it for this session, and on next we start with our Css. See you guys then.